Now it should be streaming. Oh my goodness, I think it worked. Could it have worked?
It did.
Yes, that would be awesome. Okay, we're going to start in 2 minutes. I just wanted to make sure this thing was working. This is a whole new world for me, for real. I know. Well, this is delayed here, so I'm going to not watch that. We'll watch what we can see live.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I don't know. Okay. I am obviously trying something very new and outside my comfort zone, coming to you here from my house during the coronavirus pandemic. And happy spring! It's the first day of spring. It's the Vernal Equinox. And what are you doing? It's the Vernal Equinox, which means that we have equal day and equal night. You're going to have to put that away, please.
I know.
Put that away,
It's
please.
working.
I'm serious.
It's working.
Oh, she was checking to make sure it was working.
Wait,
could you please go put it away? We are streaming live. Thank you. Real world here. I've got my daughter who's 9 and my son who's almost 13 upstairs. So the reason why I'm doing this broadcast today is to give caregivers some things to work on with their, oh my gosh, I can see the video playing back over here and it's creeping me out. I'm going to have to move that over. Okay. All right. Take 2. All right. The vernal equinox. It means equal day, equal night. The vernal pools are starting to form right now with lots of salamanders coming down to lay their eggs in the vernal pools, which is why it's important to protect those vernal pools. If you do happen to see a salamander, don't touch it. Leave it there in its environment. Got to do that public service announcement. So there are 24 hours in a day, and if it's equal day, equal night, what are we thinking? How many hours in the day are there?
24.
Right. So how many would be half?
12.
12. Right. So we have 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness, and the days get longer from here. All right. So you are in Whose Voice in Math class. We are going to be working together in 2nd and 3rd grade. You might be a 1st grader. You might be a 4th or 5th grader. It's totally fine. I'm going to be really talking about or helping us really navigate the conceptual part of math. One thing I want you to remember with math is that it's sort of like the same thing with when you learned how to walk. Not everybody learned how to walk on the same day, and so not everybody's going to be able to do the same things on the same day. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of time and a lot of talking, which is why I called my site Whose Voice in Math Class, because it really is important that kids are talking about what their thinking is and that we listen to them. And you, caregivers, have an amazing opportunity right now to get to know your child's math minds. As a math interventionist, it's something I get to do every single day. It's a blast posing questions and watching the wheels turn as a child is thinking about math. And this is our opportunity to really listen to our kiddos and think about what they're thinking about, and think about kind of trying to make tasks for them that are more in their zone of proximal development, or just right, kind of like Just Right books. You want to have just right math activities as well. So I don't think I said I'm coming to you from Massachusetts. I've been teaching in the same district since 1992. I'll let you do the math for how many years I've been teaching. So my goal here is for us to just do some math together, to maintain or even build some skills. I want you to know I am not perfect. I am learning too, and we're going to learn together. All right. So we are starting here in mid-March. So that means that the way I'm starting this for second and third grade is different than I would have started it if I had started in September. But if you're in second and third grade, you're probably very familiar with these things, the 5 frames, or at least you're familiar with 5. So if I talk to you about this 5 frame that I have, I'm going to show you this one first. This one has all blue dots, okay? And how many blue dots were there? Having difficulty remembering where to put my hand. 5, right? All right, now I'm holding the one that has 4 blue dots. How many red dots are there? Check. Were you right? Okay. Now this one has 1 blue dot. How many reds are there?
Oh, I know.
You do? Well, you can see it. Were you right?
No, I wasn't looking.
You were? All right. Here's, this one has 3 blue dots. How many reds do you think there are? Okay, I'm going to have you check. Whoop, check. Please don't do that. This one has 2 blue dots. How many reds? Check. Were you right? And the kids should be thinking 2 plus 3 makes 5, 4 plus 1 makes 5, 5 minus 1 equals 4. Like, you can do a lot of that sort of thing with the 5 frames. Kids in this age group are generally pretty familiar with that, but there are plenty of kids out there who still struggle with knowing 5. So it's totally fine to keep on counting until you don't need to count anymore. Or actually, you need to be doing activities also that help you think about how you can grab a large amount and know that quantity really quick. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to show you some dots pretty quickly. Don't worry, I'm going to show you again.
Sister, no.
So how many dots did you see? Eleanor, how many were there? 7. And how did you see those 7?
I saw the 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom, and 1 in the middle.
Did you listen to yourself? You said 6 on the top.
Oh, shoot. I was adding. I saw the 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom, 1 in the middle. Then I saw these 2 6s, and then I saw the 1.
2 3s, yes. And then if you see here, also some kids see the 4 on the outside and then the 3 down the middle. Some kids might say, it looks like an H. And I might say, hey, how many dots are in this side of the H? How many dots are in that side of the H? And how many dots are in the middle? So you can do a lot with this, but kids do need to, that's called subitizing, be able to recognize a quantity really quickly without counting. And so now I want us to think about this, which is, I hope everybody's at home is shouting, a 10 frame. What do you notice about it? Go ahead and tell somebody around you what you notice. Eleanor, can you tell us what you notice about it?
I see, I see 2 5 frames added together. Half of, it's a 10 frame.
So 2 5 frames added together. Yep. Okay. Yep.
I definitely see, I see that it's multiple of 2, because I can see like the...
Oh, you see the 2s?
2s up and down.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Some kids see the...
I also see equal parts.
Equal parts? Okay. Some kids see the... I will fix the lighting so it's better in the next episodes. But some kids tend to notice different things about the 10 frames. But when you start doing any kind of activities, you want to make sure the kids know the setting or the thing that you're working with. Now I'm going to show you some of these pretty quickly. How many dots are on that one? Did you see it?
I saw it.
How many? 3?
There was 3 dots.
Okay, I'm going to just...
And there were 7 missing.
Okay, well, we're going to get there. All right. How many are on that one? Oops, showed it too long. Whoop. How many's on that one? Okay.
There's the full top.
How about that one?
2.
Yeah, how many were missing on the top of that one?
What?
How many were missing on the top of that one?
3.
3.
You guys can't really see the boxes.
I know, it's hard. Okay, here's the next one.
Mm-hmm.
How many dots?
4.
Nice. How many were missing? On the top? On the top, just the top
1.
right now. We'll get to the rest later. How
1,
many? Cool.
4.
All right. Now, I'm going to show you these. These, we're going to be really paying attention to that top row that's there. How many are there right now?
5.
5, right. Okay. So knowing that 5's in the top row, think about this one. So how many dots were all together on that one? 6. Okay.
I knew.
Can you show me that on your finger? Just like this. Can you show me that on your fingers?
Yeah.
Nice. The 10 frames kind of match your fingers. This
they
could be the
do.
top. And this could be the bottom, right? All right, here's the next one. I'm going to move through this a little bit more quickly. So how many dots were on that one? What did you notice? How many were on there?
The 7. I saw 7.
7, right? So what's the combination for 7?
5 plus 2 equals 7.
Nice.
We've been working.
Yep. Yeah, that one's a tricky one for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's this next one.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I saw it.
How many's on that one?
8.
8. How did you know it was 8?
I saw the 5 plus 3, and I remember doing some work with that.
Nice. How about this one? How many were on that one?
9.
How did you know it was 9?
There's 1 missing.
Great.
And I also saw the 5 and the 4.
1 missing? What do you mean? I didn't show you this one yet.
So if you see the 10,
Yep.
you can also use it to count backwards. I just see it as counting backwards sometimes. Like 10, 9, 8, 7.
Ah, to know how many there are, sometimes you count back? So how would that work for this one?
I do, that would work. I can't really see the boxes very well,
But 10,
10, 9, 8, 7.
That's the 7th dot. And that actually connects to the game called Trash that I showed in the last episode. All right, now I'm going to show you how to play a game. I'm trying to think of games that you can play that you can just put on a piece of paper. Not today. Eleanor is excited to be teaching with me, but I have a plan. We're going to follow my plan. Okay. So the first thing you're going to be doing, I was trying to figure out a game to play to practice those 5 plus combinations. 5 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 5 plus 0, 5 plus 3. Kids really need to know those automatically. So I am going to have Eleanor play one version of this while I set up the other one and talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing. So I'm going to ease that down. Okay. So you are going to be... I'm going to put 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a number line, she said. 10 and 11. Because now I decided to go with a regular 0 or 1 through 6 dice instead of putting a 0 on. If you want to not have the 11 there and you want to do this with 5 plus 0 in it, then what I did on this dice is I took the sticky end of a sticky note.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to be doing that in a second. And I wrote the numbers that I needed. And then I cut them apart and then stuck them to the dice so I could have the dice
I thought you just taped
to change it. And then this dice, I can change the numbers on this anytime I want. If you don't have dice at home, you could really use anything, and you can even make a spinner, but I'll show you how to do that on a different day. Spinners are fun. Okay, so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be rolling this dice.
Okay.
And you're going to be adding 5 to it. When you figure out what the sum is, you are going to make an X right above that number. So why don't you start?
Oh, I know a little song for
Go
how
ahead.
to remember what sum means.
Well, that's okay. We're just going to keep on going here. You can tell us those songs later. Okay, go ahead and roll the dice. All right,
1.
She got a 1. So 1 plus 5 is?
1 plus 5 is 6.
So she's going to put a nice big X right above the 6. And basically, I'm going to call this make 7 or strike out 7 or strikes. What did I say I was going to call it? 7 strikes and you're out. So we're going to do, go ahead, you can use that instead. We're going to use, get 7 X's up to the top. whichever number gets 7 to the top wins.
Wait, but wouldn't you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Well, if it
here?
depends on how big your X's are. So we can do to the top of the page too.
Though.
Okay, so go ahead and keep playing. And when she's playing, I really want her... Oh, that reminds me. That was so loud. It annoys me when dice make a lot of noise and they go everywhere. So I just grabbed this lid to a game and it makes a little less noise. She's going to... And you can make it even make less noise if you put a little piece of fabric in there.
2.
So you're going to say to yourself, 5 plus...
5 plus 2 is 7.
Great. And she's going to put an X there. And she can even make it with her fingers to remind herself. Okay. So I'm going to get the next one ready.
I need to remember to write big.
You do? You do?
Okay. I never write big. So.
This is what happens when you go live. Okay. So what I want you to do is pick it up and drop it because when you shake it like that, it makes a lot of noise.
2, 7. So I put another X on.
So I'm making this. Yes. So she rolled another 7. So she's making a little line plot of which numbers she has done already.
I feel
so
like
I'm sticking the numbers.
Like it up like that, then it would look more like a graph, though. Like if you added 1 through 7.
Oh, well, you can do that after.
3.
I'm trying to make this low tech and low stress. Just have fun playing a game. Oh, what did you just do there? You marked an 8.
I got a 3 plus 5 equals an 8.
Right. You really want to verbalize, say the 3 plus 5 so that you're hearing yourself say it. And if you make a mistake, then you can hear yourself and you might even correct yourself.
2 plus 5 again.
Which is how much?
7.
Nice.
Which is the one that we're working on.
So how many X's do you have at 7 right now?
3.
3. And
1 at 6.
how many more to get to 7? If we're going to do 7 X's all together, how many more X's do you need?
1 less than 5 is 4.
Ooh, how'd you figure that? 1 less than 5 is 4. What did you use there to help yourself figure that out?
5 plus 2 is 7.
Mm-hmm.
5 minus 1 is 4. So 4 is 2.
Okay.
It's
yeah, no, I understood your thinking. And so part of the biggest gift you can give your child is to understand their thinking, or at least try. One thing I wanted to mention too is that it's really fun to watch your child solving math tasks or any tasks in general. So I do watch her doing a lot. I just really try hard not to be creepy about it because I do love watching her think. Okay.
Okay, so I just got 1 plus 5 equals 6.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I'm going to try not to put the cap back on because I keep doing it. So 3 plus 5 is 8, which I have 2.
Can I write 5 plus on the top of yours? Okay, so hers is 5 plus, and mine, this one
is going to be 5 minus.
Is going to be minus 5. Okay, so you're going to roll the dice, and you're going to minus 5 from it. This time on this dice, I made this dice a 7 through 12 dice. So I did what I said with the sticky notes. I wrote the number at the very top of the sticky part, and then cut them apart and stuck them on.
I just got my first 5 plus 4, so 9.
Nice. So now, in the real world, she would keep playing until there are 7 X's there, and then we could even talk data and talk about which numbers came out most and all that. Okay. So this one, now, you're going to... The dice is, as I said, 7 through 12. And this time we're going to minus 5 from what we rolled. Okay? Go ahead and do that.
So I just got 12.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you minus 5, how much is that?
If you minus 5, then that would be 8.
Let's check.
Wait, is it 8? Though?
Okay, this is called a Reck and Rec. When you use this, you want the white beads to be on the right.
Am I allowed to check my answer?
Well, we're going to check it here. So she was checking it by counting in her head, and so now we're just going to check it with a visual. So The number that you rolled was what, Eleanor? Oh, and
12.
you don't have to have anything like this at home. You could use Legos, like the little 4 pieces of Legos, you know, those little, I should have brought some. I'll bring them for tomorrow. And do 2 sticks of like a 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 5 and have 2 sticks of 10 available for your child to think about numbers in this way.
I got an answer.
What was your answer?
I thought it was 8, but it's actually 6.
Okay, so what did you do to figure it out?
So I rolled a 12,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm taking away 5, so I took away my 3 and my 2. Well, I took away my 2 first, but whatever. And then this red part
I have it
is
reversed.
5.
Right?
And then this 2 part is going to be your 2, which, oh wait, it's 7.
Okay, so see, sometimes even in the correcting or in the talking through, kids correct themselves. Now, this is looking, let's see, I think it's got to be, I am so confused. Let's see, white on right, that's my right, oh well. All right, one other way to do it is,
so
if you do with, if you do this game with Legos at home, keep 5, no, what do I want to do? We're going to do, here's 10,
So 7 was the answer?
here's 12, right? I'm trying to think. So this is one of those things, I didn't get a chance to practice this ahead of time. So I'm thinking, even if, all right, so I'm wanting, go ahead, you keep playing. I'm wanting her to imagine the 12 and imagine that 5 away. So if she makes a 12 like that.
Am I allowed to write it down? Or use the whiteboard?
Here, use the Rec and Rec.
Okay.
Here, we'll use this one.
Can I just use it? Never mind, whatever.
Okay. So here is 12, and if you look at the 12 and you imagine 5 gone, there's lots of different ways to do it. The way Eleanor did it was she thought about take this and take that to take the 5. But if you look at this and without touching the beads, you imagine 5 beads gone, perhaps you'd imagine those 5 white beads gone, and you can see a 5 and a 2 right here, which links to the 5 pluses that we were talking about before. This is a little challenging. Oh, see, she is helping herself by, she's got a little strategy here to help herself so she remembers. And the more she plays this, the more automatic she's going to get at it. I have another kind of Rec and Rec right here. If you do, if you do Legos with all 5, 10, 15, 20, like in a big long stick, some kids like to see it this way. So if she broke off the 12 and then imagined the 5 away, you can see it differently there. I got these on mathrack.com, I think is what it's called. Okay, but you can make Rec and Recs with the pony beads and with the little beads that go on ponytails. And things like that. We'll do that on another day. I want to get to the next thing. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to clean this up.
This is what I ended up with.
Nice. All right. We'll play that more later.
Yay.
All right. So I would suggest for the -5 that for your kiddo, before you jump to this, to do, if it was 5 minus 5, so instead do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 along the bottom, because that directly matches the play that she did on, where's the other one? Oh, this one.
Put it over there.
That directly matches this. So there's not extra on it. What I did with Eleanor is I attempted to do more numbers to push her thinking about -5 in a different way. Let's just do this one real quick. So if you roll a 6 through 5 through 10 dice is what you need for this one. So you would, where's that dice go? 5 through 10 dice. I do want to show this because I think it's worth it. So I'm taking off the 11 and the 12.
Like something about 7s?
Yeah, but we're not going into that today.
You should.
All right, so you roll the dice. This is a 5 through 10 dice. And so if you roll an 8, you minus 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. We rolled an 8 again. 8 minus 5 is 3. Every time you have the child say it, 9 minus 5 is 4. And you can have them look at it. 10 minus 5 is 5. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 5 is
0.
Nice. Okay. And you keep going until they get 7 Xers. You could just have 5 X's. You can play it as long as you want. Okay.
Maybe 8 X's.
So, right? Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to do some number writing practice.
Oh, I think I might know.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm going to have us, since I'm going to fold it in half the long way. So get yourself a piece of paper. I keep forgetting to tell you to do this sort of thing. You're going to get yourself a piece of paper and fold it the long way. All right. We are going into fourths. Very good. So I'm going to have Eleanor, we're going to start at 95. And I'm going to have her write the next number, but don't write any more after that yet. Okay, go ahead. Write the next number.
So I'm doing 94 next, and I'm just
Oh, you're going backwards. I actually wanted you to go forward. So I didn't say that. So go ahead and cross that out. No, just the whole number. That's okay. And so do the next number up. Now I'm getting out my my phone here, because I asked, okay, go ahead, put the next number. Okay. So you can put 95 or any number that you're starting with to have the child start practice writing their numbers, and then put +1 and then equals, and then it says the next number. What number is that?
96.
96. And you want to have the child check to make sure there's no backwards numbers, make sure it looks right. Now the 96 that shows up here is the round 96. You don't want kids writing that. You want them doing the one with the around and down straight. Okay, so then press equals again and see what happens. Just press equals.
What?
Go ahead, do it. What happened? What number is that?
97.
97. Does it match?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm helping her self-check. Go ahead. Write the next number that goes after 97. And then press equals. See if you were right. Were you right?
Yeah.
Does it match?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's at 98. Press, right, no, whoop, you got to write it first. So when you are using a calculator to do this, you want to make sure, go ahead, press equals, that the child is using it as a way to self-check. And what the function on the calculator is that, go ahead, she just wrote 100, I should say. The function on the calculator is that when you hit +1 and then equals, every time you press equals, it will add a 1 every time. So this way we can get some really cool number writing practice in. So she just checked 102. Now she's writing 103, and she's going to check it. Cool. And I'm going to have her keep going until she gets...
I don't think I have a lot of room.
That's okay. And I wouldn't have her writing with a permanent marker at home. I'd probably use pencil. This is for you, so you can see it. Now let's go ahead and go ahead. One more. Yep. She got to, what was their last number there? That's okay. She's a perfectionist. I don't know where she gets that. Press equals. Oh, wait. No, you're on it. Okay. So then she did actually really well with that number writing. That number sequence is actually pretty tricky for kids. I would have her keep going to at least 120 to see that if she's doing it. And if she made a lot of mistakes, wait, see my, mistakes allow the thinking to happen. That's okay. What we want kids doing is self-checking as much as possible and fixing it without stress. Just, oh, well, fix it. No big deal. Just, she ended up scribbling out that number and putting the 5 next to it. She could have lined it out. If I was at school, I would have had her line it out and write 105, the complete number right up above it. If there's number reversals, the calculator can help them fix that. So you can start at a different number and go up and do some other number writing practice. I'd love it if you practice writing some numbers at home. So the reason why we folded the paper like this was that she can keep on writing until she gets to the top. She can and then she can either continue the sequence and go, oh, she noticed a pattern. That's the other thing you can do. We'll do that at another time though. She can start at a different number and climb her way up. Now, I had her start at 3-digit numbers. You might start your child at 1 and just have them start writing and see how far they can get. What I've done in my classroom is I have the child start here with 1 and they keep on going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mrs. Brady is not modeling very neat handwriting. 10, 11, 12, 13. And of course, if a student's doing this, you're having them check, but I just want to show you. So I ended up at 16 right here. I have the paper folded in such a way that I could go ahead and start down here with 17 and then continue up and then just keep on going and going and going. Kids love writing numbers. This is a great opportunity to keep them busy. What's that? All right.
I saw a pattern.
You saw a pattern. All right, you can go ahead and talk about the number pattern while I
saw
get the next thing.
I saw 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would go like, hold on. Here it is. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay,
that's it. Cause
I rearranged everything in here.
Yeah, I would have kept going. Oh, magnet boards!
Live TV. Comedy relief. How's that?
You haven't let me use.
I'm okay.
Board
so here is my magnet board, a cookie sheet from the dollar store.
I'm excited.
Okay, you love the magnet boards, right?
Well, and I want to learn how to use them. I've never used them before.
All right. Well, magnets are fun.
No, you would move it.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Yeah. So I have. Yeah, I have magnet board back there. I have here some full 10 frames. Can you see? You can't really see the lines, but can you imagine why they're called 10 frames and full 10 frames? How many dots are on that one? Awesome. I'm going to stick that on there. So that's 10.
Oh, are you going to backwards count? Oh,
no, not right now.
Do a bunch of 10s.
So here's 10. Now we have 20. Now we have 30. Where'd I put them?
Wait, I was doing 10s in my play teacher area.
Oh, you were? Oh, you moved them.
Yeah.
Can't do that to me.
They were falling. They were falling over because the thing was too heavy.
So 10, 20, 30, 40.
50. 60.
Okay, 60. I'm going to put this many ones. How many ones is that?
I didn't see.
How many ones is that?
7.
How do you know it's 7?
5 plus 2 is 7.
5 plus 2 is 7? So how many do I have right here all together? Actually, I'm going to put them, for now, I'm going to put them all in one big long line like that.
Can I see it?
How many do I have?
I forgot what the tens number was, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ah! 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 67.
67. Okay, so this is 67, right? All right, now, I actually want to introduce you to a really fancy math word. It's called decuple.
Oh, right. I was
decuple.
I was getting so confused on what this was called the other day. I'm like, what's a decuple?
Do you remember what it is?
Yeah, I think so.
Oops, I'm not writing very neatly. Decuple. It is a multiple.
Multiple of 10? What did you say?
Yeah, multiple of 10. Nice. Multiple of 10. Okay, so give me an example of a multiple of 10, please. Viewers at home can shout out numbers. I can't hear you, but hopefully you know some. Give me some.
40.
40.
Oh, I should have said 7.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go in order. Let's start with 10.
Okay. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70.
Whoops. I was thinking ahead. See, I put 78 by mistake. Whoops. 70.
80. 90.
All right.
100.
Awesome. Okay. So those are decuples. So I'm going to ask you questions about the decuple. And I will keep reminding you what a decuple is. All right. So if this is 67. What is the decuple after 67?
I know.
What is the next one? Actually, on this, could you make an open number line or just make a line with a number line for me?
Yeah.
And put...
Wait, what did you say?
Make a line. And the number is 67, right?
Yeah.
Actually, we're going to put 67 right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
This works good too. Okay.
Didn't you tell
Go
me
ahead,
not
put it right.
to do
Yes,
that?
I did, because that's what happened. Go ahead, put 67 right in the middle. Cool. All right, and then a little line right there. So if we're at 67 right here, and I'm going to go to the next decuple. Which one is it? What's the decuple after 67?
I know it.
What is it?
70.
70? Why? Go ahead and write 70 right there. Why would it be 70?
Because, wait, that looks like 76, but I...
Okay.
70.
Why would it be 70?
Because it's if you rounded it to the nearest 10, then it would be that number.
Ah, the nearest 10, that's a decuple, right? So yeah, excuse me, if I filled it up all the way, it would be 70. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to arrange them like this for this today. Okay, so that would be 70 if I filled it all the way up. Now it's at 67. What's the I want everybody at home to think about this. What is the decuple that comes before 67? Tell your grown-up near you or somebody who's near you. What is the decuple before 67?
Can I write it?
Did anybody say 50? That's a really, really common that is what you thought? Cool.
Oh, wait, no, it's 60.
Why would it be 60? Why'd you change your mind?
Because, 60 would actually be it, because if you... Yeah,
What?
It would actually be 60.
Well, on here, how could we show the decuple that comes before 67? What could you do to this to show us the decuple that comes before 67?
Take that off.
Yeah, you just take the ones off, and then that gives you the decuple before. This skill is actually really important for kids to have a good handle on before we do adding and subtracting with two-digit numbers. We're going to be working on adding and subtracting two-digit numbers, and we're going to be practicing this skill. I'm going to actually show you a quick game to play to practice this skill. Yeah. It's going to take some conversations at home I wonder if we should save this for tomorrow.
I think we should, because it's getting...
Yeah, let's just do another. Before I show you the game, because I already showed you the 5+ game, we're going to do a couple more of these. So I'm going to make another number.
Ooh. I got my marker ready.
Okay.
Isn't this thing working?
Do this one. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this one. Okay. I'm going to show you the number that I made. I'm going to show them again. Did you see it? You thinking about how many there are?
Mm-hmm.
How many did you say?
I saw 37.
30, how many?
36.
Why 36 and not 37?
Because there's 5 and 1 more, not
5 and 1 more, not 5 more and 2. Right, cool. All right, go ahead and do the little doohickey there.
Doohickey.
The number line.
Don't forget to add the arrows.
All right, so we're at 36.
36.
Right in the middle. We'll put that in the middle for now. All right, so what is the decuple that comes after 36?
The decuple that comes after would be, the decuple that comes after would be 40.
And how do you know that?
Because if you rounded it to the nearest 10, it would be,
Don't worry. Don't worry about the cap at all. It's fine. We'll find it after.
40, it would be 40.
So going up to the next 10, it would be 40. Okay.
And
so what would the
decuple jump? And it would be a jump of 40.
Well, I'm not going to go there yet. So now we're at 36. What's the decuple that comes before 36?
The decuple that comes before 36 is 30.
30? Why would it be 30?
Because
finish your 30.
Because if you look at this 10, then that's actually the one that comes before.
Okay, so the 10s this time helped her think about it because she was thinking about there's 3 10s and 30. So that helped her know that 30 is the one that comes before. And I wonder if so in the numbers you were thinking about that, but here visually we can see if I take this away, I get down to the nearest decuple.
30.
Cool, which is 30. That's right. All right, so time's about up for today. We will do more tomorrow. I'm really excited about this. I hope you can tune in tomorrow. This is, like I said, I'm still learning, so I will be modifying my studio as needed and the lighting and whatnot. And hopefully you enjoyed this episode of
Whose Voice in Math Class?
Oh, she had a song. She didn't sing it. It's Whose Voice in Math Class?
I know.
All right. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have fun writing numbers. Oh, you know what? I forgot one thing. Just 1 second. Did I tell them about the snack time stuff?
Yeah.
I did, or did I tell the last group that?
The last group.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. So during snack, when you're eating snack, one thing that you can do is put your snack things into equal groups. Now, applesauce won't work, but if you have goldfish, I read that the goldfish serving size is 55 goldfish. So you could count out 55 goldfish and put them into equal groups. Make sure to wash your hands first, and see what you see. Sometimes, though, even if it's not 55, say it's you have 12 crackers, setting them up on your napkin before you start to eat, and looking at them, set it up like a dice pattern or a domino pattern or a 10 frame pattern or something like that, so that you're thinking about the number that you have, and then you can even think about subtraction as you're eating the things away. I have some photos I'm going to post at some point somewhere soon of a student in my classroom doing some snack, and this first grader was actually making an array out of her Cheez-Its. So Cheez-Its are really good too. Yeah, snack time's coming up on the schedule. We have a schedule going. This was her math time, and I'm glad that you could spend our math time with us. I hope this was helpful. Again, I'm learning. I'm not perfect. Sure, there's things I'm going to wish I did better, but tomorrow's another day and we'll just keep on going. Enjoy this time with your family. Happy spring, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Like and subscribe.